on your phones. It's playing havoc with our radio mics, and we would love it if we could have the best possible signal for our performers and for our MCs today. So if you could all turn your Wi-Fi connection off on your phones, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graduation ceremony to recognize the class of 2020.
We are proud to be your MCs for today's celebrations. My name is Jiyu Zhang.
I'm Caitlin Francis.
And I'm Josephine Schmitz.
Before we start, a few housekeeping notices. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please use the 4 exits and gather on the grass in front of the building.
Please ensure that you have your mobile phones turned off or on silent.
Also, please note that we have professional photographers and videographers here with us today. So please refrain from using your own cameras too much during the ceremony. Thank you.
Now, would you please welcome this year's graduating class? Please remain seated for the class of 2020 Processional. Would you all please join our grade 12s in standing for the Vietnamese national anthem? We are honored to welcome to the stage Diva Mỹ Linh to sing for us Tiến Quân Ca.
Đoàn quân Việt Nam đi chung lòng cứu quốc, bước chân rộn vang trên đường gập ghềnh xa. Cờ in máu chiến thắng mang hồn nước, súng ngoài xa trên khúc quân hành ca. Đường vinh quang xây xác quân thù, thắng gian lao cùng nhau lập chiến khu. Vì nhân dân chiến đấu không ngừng, tiến mau ra xa trường, tiến lên cùng tiến lên, nước non Việt Nam ta vững bền.
Thank you, Diva Mỹ Linh. Please be seated.
We are honored to be here speaking on behalf of all students and would like to take this opportunity to extend a thank you to all the graduates.
You have been great role models, helpers, and friends, not only to us personally, but also to our younger students, and you will be sorely missed and greatly remembered.
And what a better way to start our celebrations than with a tribute from our high school students. In My Life by the Beatles, performed by Huy Phạm, Bảo Châu Nguyễn, Benjamin Nags, Huy Nguyen, Travis Lee, and Killian Guillaume.
Hey everyone, we're Avenue 6. Today we're playing a song called In My Life by the Beatles. This song is about memories you make, people you make, and just overall the experiences you have in your life. It's a sweet song that reminds us that everywhere we go, we'll always be remembered. We'll remember you guys, and we hope you remember us too. Thank you.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. Out of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meanings when I think of love as something new. And I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I've loved you more. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I've loved you more. In my life, I've loved you more.
Thank you for that uplifting start to our celebrations. And now please welcome to the stage our head of school, Miss Jane McGee.
Thank you. Members of the Board of Directors, Mr. Malhotra, parents, faculty and staff, guests, and most importantly, the class of 2020. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you here today and join with you in celebrating the achievements of the class of 2020. We are truly privileged to be here today. Around the world, many of your peers are unable to experience this event, at least physically, that celebrates the achievements of each and every one of you. We have the opportunity to come together with your friends, classmates, families, and teachers. It is truly something that will set you apart as the UNIS Hanoi 2020 graduate. So take a moment, look around you, soak it in. Today is for you, your family, your teachers, and our community. As I said, you are lucky to be able to do this face-to-face in this time when the entire world is affected by COVID-19. We are all acutely aware in these times how significant the moment is, that other people aren't able to have the same experience, and that this moment may not have happened. You may so easily have been doing this on Zoom. But this simple reflection should inspire us to think more broadly about what we have, what we value, and how we will take advantage of our experiences and our gifts. Today, during the graduation ceremony, you'll be receiving your high school diploma. Your diploma tells the world that you have met the academic requirements of UNIS Hanoi and that you have the knowledge, skills, and understanding necessary to transition successfully to a post-secondary educational environment. And I think that the class of 2020 is a class that is now especially prepared to embrace the future, to persevere through hardships, and to focus on what matters most to you and the world. But what truly defines a UNIS Hanoi graduate? Over the past few days, as I read the stories of each of our graduates on Facebook, I thought you were uniquely you, but also simultaneously uniquely UNIS. Your stories were inspiring and showcased individuality and risk-taking. You spoke of gratitude and a deep appreciation of the experiences you have had during your time as a student at UNIS, the ways that you were supported and allowed to pursue your interests and passions, turning dreams into a reality. Finally, you spoke of a commitment to changing the world. These stories exemplify our values of learning, community, and responsibility. As I read each story, I was not only proud of each and every one of you, but also proud to be part of the community that delivers on its promise to our students in living our mission, vision, and values. As I said earlier, living through a time of turmoil gives us an appreciation for what we have and maybe makes us change in the future. It also reminds us of the importance of tradition. It may remind us that building a community and growing as an individual takes time. I think that our tradition here at UNIS of the senior class planting a tree is symbolic of what we value in the world and what we hope for in the future. As you go your separate ways in the next days, weeks, or months, you will always be a UNIS Hanoi alumni and have a shared history with those sitting around you. Later today, each of you will have the opportunity to take a trowel of dirt and place it on the roots of the class of 2020 tree, the Delinix regia. A tree is highly symbolic. Holistically, it symbolizes growth, life, and renewal, while the roots represent strength and support. This tree is often planted by schools in Vietnam as it represents friendship, and the annual flowering of the tree highlights the arrival of summer. I think this has special resonance this year as we welcome in the summer and the closing of an unprecedented academic year. For some of you in the class, you have spent your entire academic careers at UNIS Hanoi. You've grown deep roots through your relationships with staff, faculty, and your peers. For others, you have joined this class much later, perhaps having gone through cycles of establishing roots in many places before beginning the process here at UNIS Hanoi. For all of you, UNIS has given you the academic, social, and emotional tools to grow and thrive. More importantly, however, the relationships you have built throughout your journey, whether short or long term at our school, have established roots in the UNIS Hanoi family, ones that will last you a lifetime. Today, I encourage you, our graduates, to take a moment to reflect on your journey. I encourage you to look around at your families, your teachers, and your friends, and to consider the impact they have had on who you are today and who you will be in the future. You are truly, truly privileged. Today, we will give you a diploma, but what you choose to do with it is up to you. We are proud to have been part of your journey, and we are especially glad to be able to be with you today in person to celebrate. On behalf of the faculty and staff at UNIS Hanoi, I wish you the very best as you leave us. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Ms. McGee, for those inspiring words. Now, would you all please join me in welcoming to the stage Mr. Kamal Malhotra, the United Nations Resident Coordinator here in Vietnam.
Ms. Ami Pollack, Chair of the UNIS Board of Directors, Ms. Jane McGee, Head of UNIS, faculty and staff, students of UNIS, parents, family members, and friends, dear UNIS graduating class of 2020, I'm honored to be with you today to witness and celebrate the graduation of the UNIS Hanoi class of 2020 and to be among the very first to congratulate you on this significant milestone in your lives. The 2019-2020 school year will be remembered as an unprecedented one. Since the Tet holidays till very recently, UNIS Hanoi had not been able to reopen in full. This has been a particularly stressful and challenging situation for you all in the IB graduating class for a variety of reasons, including not knowing till late March whether and how your final IB exams would take place. Despite the many obstacles and restrictions, you embraced the challenges and demonstrated that high-quality learning can still continue even during a pandemic. I would like to congratulate each one of you graduating here today from an academically challenging international baccalaureate program that embodies the United Nations objectives of protecting human rights, eradicating poverty, combating climate change, and resolving conflicts, whilst simultaneously advancing the UN ideals of dignity, justice, and equality for all people, leaving no one behind. The richness and diversity of the profiles of the 75 students from 19 countries of the UNIS Hanoi class of 2020 gives me hope for a post-COVID-19 world of enhanced cooperation between peoples and nations across the boundaries of language, culture, and nationality, something you are already used to living in your current UNIS Hanoi day-to-day lives. Your journey so far could not have succeeded without the tremendous love and support of the people who care for you and who have encouraged and brought you to this critical juncture in your lives. Please join me in acknowledging with your applause your parents, teachers, faculty, staff, friends, and family members assembled here to witness your graduation, without whom you would not have traveled so far. Ladies and gentlemen, the UNIS Board of Directors, the head of school, faculty, and staff, graduating class of 2020, please allow me to also take this opportunity to express my gratitude to you all, the UNIS Hanoi community, on your truly magnificent achievement this year. Not only did you succeed in completing a fruitful year of learning, but you also managed to turn a difficult situation into an opportunity for the community to grow further and experiment with new innovative educational tools to address the issues at hand. Vietnam has thus far done exceptionally well in responding to COVID-19 and will have many important lessons to share with the rest of the world. Nonetheless, real uncertainties and challenges remain for the future, including in terms of schooling going forward. This pandemic has shaken the status quo and laid bare many deep-seated problems of our world, from our many vulnerabilities to weak public health systems, poverty and inequality, to the deeply rooted challenges of climate change and natural environmental degradation. I hope COVID-19 will be a real wake-up call for all of us, and especially all our political leaders, as well as youth around the world. We all need to realize that many of the old ways of doing things should not be allowed to work any longer, and that people and their health and well-being must always be placed before profit and gross domestic product. Our communities and our societies will function well only when we put each other and the planet we live on ahead of material wealth, stock market bonanzas and bubbles, and business profit. It will be up to you, the graduating class of 2020, and your generation to take the world to such a new normal. Allow me to present you with two pieces of advice as you reflect on how you may be able to contribute to such a new world. First, help build a real international community. Here at UNIS Hanoi, you have been part of a connected and diverse community and have learned that no person or country alone can solve big global problems by themselves. Right now, across nations, when people are fearful and afraid, it is the easy way out for us to be inward-looking, looking out only for ourselves and our families, and engaging only with people who look or think or pray like us. But if we are to create a world where everybody has equal rights and opportunities, lives in harmony with the environment, and defeats future pandemics, we will have to do it together globally. There is no other option. So we need to leave behind old ways of thinking that divide us and build a future based on international cooperation and respect for diversity. This needs to be the essence of building back better and the new normal. Second, be the change that our world sorely needs. It is clear that COVID-19 came from an animal source, reminding us of the interconnectedness of the human, animal, and natural worlds. For too long, we have been putting human beings at the center at the expense of the two other worlds we need to coexist with, especially forgetting the global ecosystem of which we are a part. We must reduce global warming by drastically reducing greenhouse gas emissions, reversing the biodiversity loss, and protecting our environment. The pandemic should therefore compel all of us to think within this complex web of interdependence so that we turn away from the destructive, narrow, nationalistic trajectory that too many individuals, political leaders, and countries are currently on. You will all become highly skilled and hopefully motivated individuals in the UN Decade of Action to achieve Agenda 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals, which just began in January 2020. I hope you will keep this agenda at the forefront of your future lives, since its achievement remains critical to the achievement of a better post-COVID-19 world. As UNIS students, as the United Nations continues to do its utmost to achieve the goal of leaving no one behind, ask yourselves what you can do as part of the UNIS Hanoi community, which you will always continue to be part of even after you leave here today, to contribute to this outcome and goal. The United Nations is commemorating its 75th anniversary this year. The COVID-19 pandemic has illustrated more vividly than any other issue why we need multilateralism and global solidarity anchored in the United Nations. You must continue and celebrate the same spirit of cooperation and solidarity that you have shown in UNIS Hanoi when you leave for the outside world after your graduation today. It is also incumbent upon all of us to reflect on why our founding fathers gave birth to the United Nations, with whose name, logo, flag, ideas, values, and principles this school is closely and inextricably identified. It is my strong hope that the entire UNIS Hanoi community will stay true to all of these, especially in these challenging times. Students, class of 2020, recent difficulties will not derail your journey. My hope for you is that you can significantly contribute to and embrace the positive changes in the post-COVID-19 world, aim high, and work hard. If you do so, you will be assured of a bright future in a better, more humane, and more resilient post-COVID-19 world. Thank you, good luck, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Mr. Malhotra, for inspiring our graduates today and celebrating our unique connections to the United Nations. Now, for our second musical performance, this time a dedication on behalf of our graduating class. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Joshua Scott and Miang Tuong.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we'll be playing Sunny by Bonnie Hebb.
We will be performing the song as a way to say thank you on behalf of the class of 2020 to all the staff, the teachers, and all the parents for everything you've done for us over the years. And I hope you enjoy. Sunny, Yesterday my life was filled with rain. Sunny, you smiled at me and really eased the pain. The dark days are gone and the bright days are here. My sunny one shines so sincere. Sunny one so true, I love you. Sunny, thank you for the sunshine bouquet. Sunny, thank you for the love you brought my way. You gave to me your all in all. Now I feel like I'm 10 feet tall. Sunny one so true, I love you. Sunny, thank you for the truth you let me see. Sunny, thank you for your facts from A to Z. You gave to me your all in all. Now I feel like I'm 10 feet tall. Sunny one so true, I love you.
Sunny, yesterday my life was filled with rain. Sunny, you smiled at me and really eased the pain. The dark days are gone and the bright days are here. My sunny one shines so sincere. Sunny one so true, I love you.
Sunny, yesterday my life was filled with rain. Sunny, smiled at me and really eased the pain. My love was hard when you held my hand, and rock was full when you held my hand. Sunny one so true, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. So Sunny, thank you for the love you brought our way. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua and Miang. Next, to continue the theme from our graduating class themselves, please welcome to the stage our student speakers, Heymin Lee and Dao Nguyen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nguyen Dao.
And I'm Hee-Ming.
And today, we are here not to make a speech, but rather to continue doing what we've been doing best for the past 4 months. And of course, that means that today, we're gonna binge watch a TV show. All right, then, let me just go to my Netflix account right there. That's my account. Look at that, Seniors 2020.
The class of 2020 at UNIS Hanoi faces immense challenges as they approach the end of their 12-year-long journey. Wow, even the description of this video sounds fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it made me tear up a bit. I can't wait to show you guys the entire thing. So let's just get right on in. Let me just quickly click play here. Come on. There we go.
Due to time constraints, however, we won't be able to show all 17,250 hours of our show. But don't you worry, fasten your seatbelts, relax your shoulders, open up your ears, and prepare your hearts as we bring you a summarized version of our life-changing story.
Episode 1, the class of 2020.
Almost every TV show starts off by introducing the protagonists. In our case, the warriors of the class of 2020 were divided into 8 main kingdoms. Each kingdom with its very own ruler.
Lady Thawley, the supportive.
Sir Fairburn, the mathematical.
Sir Christie, the jolly.
Sir Garland, the gorgeous.
Sir Fleming, the scientific.
Sir Campbell, the altruistic.
Lady TP, the dramatic.
Lady Louvet, the merciful.
And finally, the queen of all home bases, ruler of all 8 kingdoms of seniors, was Lady Graham, who had followed the warriors every step of the way, guiding them to prosperity and greatness.
And of course, what would a TV show be without great conflict? Lurking in the shadows was a beast. Many called it the Eye Beast.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyways, behind this creature were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. TOK, EE, IA, and finally, the strongest one of all, the finals. All 4 horsemen had to be defeated in order to take down the beast.
Each warrior had a different tactic of facing these 4 foes. Some relied on an outside kingdom for aid, a place known as the Korean Academy. Others relied on the more conventional YOLO tactic. This tactic, however, was not recommended for obvious reasons.
Episode 2, Challenges.
Among the many things the seniors were excited about, there were 2 words that made them feel especially powerful, superior even. Senior.
Privileges.
Being able to come and go as they pleased when they didn't have class was a power that no other grade level could even dream of. It was amazing, or so they thought. Little did they know, Eunice had snapped his fingers and half of their free blocks had disappeared. At the same time, their training station, or their so-called common room, was invaded by the creatures of the lower grade levels. Broken and lost, they felt like the year couldn't get any worse. Ha! They couldn't be any wronger. Couldn't be any more wrong.
However, when talking about obstacles, there was nothing as traumatic as this one event that had left many seniors devastated.
The camera focuses on a blazing hot desert. It pans over to a group of seniors sweating like crazy. One boy screams in agony, "Ah!" The screen goes black. Suddenly, we hear the synchronized voices of all seniors crying the words, "With bricks we build houses, with love we build homes."
They weren't in Kansas anymore. They were in Thai Nguyen. They went through 3 days of intense labor, carrying bricks, laying bricks, smelling bricks, and mixing cement for the bricks. They had never seen so many bricks in their lifetime. The seniors growled in pain as they passed the bricks to each other. They were frustrated, to say the least. But when they saw just how happy the owners of those houses were, they couldn't help but to feel happy. Happy because of all their accomplishments and also because they were so sick of bricks at that point.
Of course, we can't forget about the amazing talents that were present during the display during the grade level talent show. We had top-notch singing, dancing, diss tracks, Kanye West impressions, Taylor Swift impressions.
And Stevie Wonder singing Isn't She Lovely for the 10th time this year, and many others. All the activities had drained the seniors, however, and the senior had left them, and the trip had left them weak and vulnerable.
With all these obstacles, will the seniors still be able to defeat the I-Beast? Find out what happens on the next episode of Seniors 2020. Episode 3, The Three Horsemen.
The seniors had cursed and cried enough already, but they had seen nothing yet. It was time. The first 3 horsemen had arrived. The EE, TOK, and IAs were finally due.
One girl stepped into her second class with her 5th coffee of the day. Her eyes seemed to have malfunctioned. She was not the only one, though. Around her were 7 other students carrying the same expression. The girl smiled as she says, "Oh my God, guys, I slept for 4 hours. I feel so energetic." The others stared at her with jealousy.
The brains of the seniors flew into Wonderland as they made up stories for their cast. They tried their best to make themselves sound heroic in their reflections, despite clearly knowing that 5 minutes of jogging was not as heroic as it seemed.
The assessments were long and arduous. Oftentimes, the seniors would conveniently get sick on the day the assessments were due, but would be completely fine the next. It will forever be a mystery what kind of sorcery they used to overcome such illnesses. The warriors endured, and they fought. EE was the first of the 4 to fall. Without its partner, TOK soon got stabbed in the face. The seniors focused all that's left of the energy into dealing one final blow, obliterating the IA. They had won this battle, but they had not won this war.
Episode 4, The Final Battle. As the season progressed, the final horsemen grew stronger and stronger. The threat had never been greater. The final exam was right around the corner. But the seniors never backed up.
The seniors ignored everything that was happening around them, even the signs that foreshadowed an imminent apocalypse. They were excited at the thought of defeating this beast that had taken so much of their blood, sweat, and tears. They were ready to proudly walk across the stage to receive their awards for their resistance and bravery. And then...
And then what?
And then...
And then what?
Wait a minute. This can't be right. I mean, this is just sloppy writing.
Wait, what happens?
Well, apparently, the I-Beast was under self-quarantine because it didn't want to get the virus, so it just never showed up.
Wow, that's worse than season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I know. Let's keep watching, though, because we've gotten this far, right? Episode 5, The Lockdown.
The UNIS campus closed. One week would become 2, 2 became 3, and soon enough, it was no longer weeks they were missing, but rather months. The main boss had been defeated so easily that at times, the seniors felt excited, happy, cloud 9, but at other times, a part of them felt empty and incomplete.
The battle soon became an internal struggle. They were faced with the toughest of choices, like, what Netflix show should I watch? Should I become a TikTok star today? And finally, the biggest question of the day, should I put on some pants to attend online classes? Every day felt the same.
Same.
Some found inner peace. Others lost all sense of reality. It was a battle that no one was ready for. Nonetheless, they fought together side by side, and they still remained close to each other, but still 2 meters apart. And they emerged victorious despite all odds.
The best part about the I-Beast defeat was the freedom the seniors were able to gain. They ate whatever they wanted to eat, slept as long as they wanted to sleep, and woke up whenever they wanted without any alarms. Everything was going peacefully well until...
They had forgotten their home base call. Let's just watch the credits. With an amazing TV show comes a long list of people to give credits to.
Firstly, we would like to thank all faculty members. Please know that your work and your care is so significant to our lives that our speech would be incomplete without you. You guys are the bricks to our houses and love to our homes. You spend your days and nights for us, and sometimes we take those things for granted. So thank you so much, and we love you.
To those in the grades below us, thank you. Senior year would not have been the same without your laughs and support. We know that we sometimes act greedy, but you'll get there someday.
Thirdly, we would like to thank the protagonists of our story, the warriors of the class of 2020, who are also the most beautiful people on this earth and the coolest and hottest humans on this ground. We've been there for each other, and we've been through crazy moments together. We've overcome this chaotic period, studied hard for almost 2 years, and now we're all here. We haven't given up yet. We're still fine, I hope, and for that, congratulations.
And of course, we can't forget about the... Ooh. And of course, we can't forget about the AQI lady and the heat index lady. My email notification would pop up for the 10th time reading AQI 500, please stay indoors. Wow, I'd say to myself, that's someone who truly cares about me, so thank you.
Finally, we would like to thank the biggest supporters in our lives, the ones who have never given up on us, no matter how much of a disappointment we sometimes have become. Our parents. Parents are humble in the sense that they sometimes don't realize how strong and beautiful they are. But we hope that every parent in this theater and in this live stream realizes that they just raised the next leader this world needs. Thank you for being there for us. Thank you for guiding us. And know that we will always love you.
And that is the end of our credits, but there's still one thing left. Not only is this show amazing, but the reviews for it are also outstanding. So let me just switch tabs right here to our Rotten Tomatoes at the top. Wow, 17%. Critics absolutely hate it. Critic consensus says that some of the characters are interesting, but the show's climax makes 0 sense. All that buildup was for nothing and the virus came out of nowhere. Good point. But audiences gave it an 83%. Why? Let us read some of their reviews.
One review says, "This show has been my all-time favorite. There are a lot of lessons that I think I can take from this. It reminds me of something a very respected and wise friend of mine once said. Life is a gamble," he once stated in his personal project. Whether it is a virus or an alien attack, you'll never know for sure what will happen next. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means that you have to charge in whenever an opportunity rises. Sure, we might make mistakes, but reflecting from our mistakes is the best way to become stronger. We shouldn't be afraid to admit that we are wrong, and we shouldn't make excuses for the actions we're not proud of. We should be honest with ourselves and face the reality, because the reality is not harsh like every other story says. The reality will become our best friend only if we allow ourselves to open up to it.
You know what? This Netflix show might seem very short, but there'll still be future episodes to live through. In the coming years, we'll not only face different episodes of diverse genres, but we'll also create more seasons and more series in our lives. And in each one, we'll face different problems and create different solutions. No matter how different the situation is, we will always grow stronger. And if this Netflix show has just not been right for you, then don't worry, because there are other shows out there that will better suit your life.
Thank you for listening.
This has been Dao.
And Heyman, signing off.
And now, for the next episode in today's season, please welcome Ms. Glenda Baker, our acting high school principal, to introduce our distinguished awards.
Thank you, Josephine. Today's graduation ceremony would not be possible without a lot of hard work from so many different people in our UNIS community. And I wanted to take this opportunity to say a few thank yous. First of all, a huge thank you needs to go to Miss Emma Silver and Mr. Scott Schaffner for overseeing the plans for this graduation ceremony during what has been a very difficult year. I'd also like to thank Mr. Garland and Miss Manfredi for running yesterday's rehearsal, which I hope was fun and enjoyable, and helped us prepare for today. I'd also like to say thank you to Miss Wah and the bamboo stick dancers. Miss Chang in our guidance office, Miss Wah and Miss Fong in the high school office for all of the help that they have provided behind the scenes. Also, a very special thank you for the work that our advancement team have done, their creative ideas and the practical solutions that they've put into making today's ceremony and celebration so special. Miss Nora Graham, I know is someone that you guys are really going to miss, and that was certainly honoured with the speech by Dao and Heimin. Thank you for all of the work that she's done throughout the year supporting her mentors and the seniors. Thank you for the beautiful performances that we've heard from our musicians today, for our operations team who've put in time and effort throughout the year, and our tech team who have been able to create this in-person and virtual celebration for our seniors, and make sure that our faculty and our families that can't be here can enjoy today's presentations. And as we've already heard from you guys, thank you to our teachers and teaching assistants here at UNIS Hanoi. I trust that all of you feel very fortunate to have such a committed and dedicated group of educators to help you to get to this day. It's important to recognise that it's not only our high school faculty, but also our teachers and teaching assistants from our elementary and our middle schools that have helped bring many of you to this point. So thank you. Now I would like to continue with a recent tradition that Mr. Schaffner, our high school principal, started a few years ago by asking our graduating class to stand up. Okay. I'd like you to turn around and face your families, and you need to listen carefully to my instructions. So if you came to UNIS this year or last year, that is the last 2 years of high school, would you please sit down? If you joined in grade 10, please sit down. Grade 9. If you've been here since the start of grade 8, please sit down. Then grade 7. If you entered in middle school, grade 6, please sit down. Now we're in elementary school, so if you came in grade 5, please sit down. Grade 4. Grade 3. If you joined in grade 2, please sit down. Okay, grade 1. Hold on. Look. Kindergarten. If you joined in K1. Thank you. Shinyang and Hayu and Yuhun have been with us from age 3 in Discovery. So. Could the families of Shin and Yuhung please stand up if they're in the audience? Could you please stand up if you're family members? We have a small token of appreciation for you. Thank you. You guys can sit down now too. You guys can sit too. Thanks. I would now like to welcome to the stage Miss Nora Graham to announce the recipient of the Council of International Schools Award.
I have the honor of presenting the Council of International Schools Award, the CIS Award. This award is presented to a student who is a good representative of his or her country or countries, with a positive attitude toward the life and culture of others, able to converse in at least 2 languages, a contributing force in the life of the school, with the ability to bring differing people together into a sense of community, thus furthering the cause of international understanding. The student receiving this award is a kind, gentle, genuine, and thoughtful person. This student also has a strong sense of respect and admiration for peers and for teachers. This sense of respect is reciprocated. This student's good-humored, positive attitude and problem-solving strategies has made an impact on the grade 12 class dynamics. He often steps up to take on roles of responsibility that benefit the class. He is understanding of different cultural backgrounds and collaborates well with individuals of diverse cultures. I first got to know this student in grade 10 when traveling with him on the Marissa Arts team to Vientiane. I was impressed with how he demonstrated patience and respect while he navigated a complicated visa and stamp issue with his French and Indonesian passports while going through Lao immigration. After thankfully making it through immigration, he jumped right into the program with new friends from other schools teaching dance and creating art. Throughout grades 11 and 12, he demonstrated his commitment to his studies and natural drive for inquiry. In class, he is the social glue because he can work through culture and gender perspectives with care and empathy. Bohiman Iskandar. Hang on just 1 second. We admire your true collaborative skills, your positive nature, and ability to raise others up. Congratulations on the CIS Award. Next, Mr. Colin Campbell will present the Dr. Francis J. Rhodes Community Service Award.
The Dr. Francis J. Rhodes Community Service Award is designated to recognize a student who has worked tirelessly on behalf of the community and has manifested personal values of care, responsibility towards others. When I asked teachers that have worked closely with the recipient of this award about her approach to service projects, they said, "She's extremely dedicated. She is always smiling. She's open to new ideas and respects others. She is proactive and leads by example." A student peer from her service group said, "She is approachable. You can always go to her for advice. She leads by example. She is organized, but not in a bossy way. She makes things fun. She has so much energy, she is always smiling." None of these comments surprise me as I've got to know this student well over the past 3 years. In her many trips to the Service Learning Office, in her role with the Learners for Learners service group, Mr. Twee and I have witnessed her persistence. We recall many conversations about ice boxes for the shaved ice machine at Spring Fair, many chats about getting the right time and location for the cleaning and security staff, to be able to come and learn more about the classes that she and her group runs on Sunday mornings for their children. She understands that in leadership, the small details matter. Finally, 2 years ago, I joined some of the sessions that Ms. Hua runs for the new scholarship students and saw our award winner welcome them to the group. The warmth, kindness, and care with which she helped her peers make the transition to a new and very different school culture was evident in every session she ran. Her ongoing leadership and mentoring of our fellow scholarship students is something our recipient should be especially proud of during her time at our school. It is therefore with great pleasure that I present this year's Dr. Francis J. Rhodes Community Service Award to Ha Nguyen. Can I now please call to the podium Jackson Garland, who will present the Student Choice Award.
All right, the Student Choice Award is voted upon by the graduating class and is awarded to a student who has made significant contributions to the school and the class of 2020. Here are some of the things that these graduates said about this year's recipient. He has been a very helpful and overall very nice person to everyone. He is a very positive person and brings a bright mood to the whole class. He has worked hard to make our life better at Eunice. He has tried to make us laugh, but also helped us to be serious when we needed to. He has made a significant contribution to our class because of how supportive he is to every single person. He cares so much about the well-being of others, supports others, that oftentimes he forgets to care about himself first. He also tries hard in school, and it is clear that he is a hard worker. He has been someone who always spreads positivity and encouragement to his peers and to people he isn't even necessarily acquainted with. He has been a great leader all throughout high school, and his contributions in the high school senate, as well as inside and outside of class, have been prominent in our senior year. This year's selection for the Student Choice Award is Nguyen Dao. I would now like to call upon Mr. Faraz Mirza to present the Scholar Award.
The Scholar Award is awarded to a student who has attended Eunice for all 4 years of high school and has scored in the top 8% of the class and embodies the IB learner profile and values of Eunice. It's with great pleasure that I'd like to give this award to somebody who I met in grade 9, and when I met him in grade 9, he hardly had a voice. In grade 12, he became one of the most powerful students that I've had the good pleasure to work with. Can you give a round of applause to Mr. Kevin Bay? And now please welcome Miss Kristen Twinan-Perkins to give the Director's Award, please.
The Director's Award is given in honour of Jim Ambrose to a graduating senior who has demonstrated persistence in achieving personal and school goals over at least 2 years at Eunice. This year's recipient of the Director's Award has not only worked hard to be attending a top choice university, but they've also found a passion for the arts and stayed focused on the path that they have created for themselves. This student is well liked and respected by their peers and brings positive energy to any class or rehearsal they are in. They are prepared and never afraid to share their own ideas or opinions. They work well with others of all ages and demonstrate focus and leadership through their work with service learning and co-curricular activities. This student has demonstrated that he is an adept at working out the physics of a dance move, discovered the art of science, and has lent his voice to many different roles. Students of this calibre are in short supply. And while he may be a little intimidating at times, he is very good at small talk. It is with great pleasure that I present the Director's Award for the class of 2020 to Suki Yun. Congratulations, John. I feel blessed to have been part of your journey and wish you all the best for your future. would now like to invite to the stage Mr. Tarek Eliesa to present the Phoenix of the Year Award.
I'm honored to be up here today to present the Phoenix of the Year Award. This award goes to the student who has demonstrated an exemplary work ethic, committed to the program at UNIS Hanoi, with all the qualities of dedication, enthusiasm, and pride. To be eligible, the student must have participated in a minimum of 3 major co-curricular programs over the course of the academic year. The individual must also have participated in a combination of athletic and non-athletic programs. This award honors the overall contributor to the co-curricular program. The recipient this year of this year's award participated in volleyball, basketball, APAC theater, as well as both high school productions. His coaches and directors describe him as an outstanding role model for his peers, as well as the young students he worked with as a coach and student leader. He is an accomplished young athlete with all the intangibles that a coach may look for in a team player. He is a confident leader of any theater group, and he has developed into one of the key devisers, demonstrating his thoughtful and creative approach to scene creation. He demonstrates a very mature level of leadership for a young man his age. Whether on the court or in the theater, he has a sense of when his peers need words of encouragement and motivation, and when best to show leadership by example. His leadership and dedication is genuine and sincere. He is an excellent ambassador for the school, both locally and internationally, really showing other schools what a well-rounded UNIS student is all about. Please join me in congratulating Richard Dang.
Congratulations to all the award recipients. Now, please welcome to the stage Ms. Jennifer Louvet, the faculty speaker selected by the graduating class.
Honored guests, parents and family members of soon-to-be graduates in the class of 2020. I'm deeply honored to be here today to witness what certainly will be to me one of the most open-minded and resilient classes to receive their diplomas in my career. I thank you for this opportunity to be your faculty speaker. I just wish I could give you more than the mediocre conventions that this genre offers. Because after all, this has not been a mediocre year, and you are nothing short of remarkable. I'm also going to let you know right now that this speech has a few literary references in it. If you can identify them all, you will receive a congratulatory lollipop along with your diplomas. So here it goes. Class of 2020. I know you did not envision your senior year this way. Instead of ending your high school career with more APAC championships, showcasing your art and theater performances in front of live audiences, or just being able to throw your arms over each other's shoulders in expressions of friendships without worrying about physical distancing, you were engaging in synchronous and asynchronous lessons from your room with only your 4 walls, a half-eaten sandwich, and an unmade bed to keep you company. During quarantine, your feelings probably range from profound disappointment, persistent lassitude, existential anxiety, or the impression that you were in a very dull episode of Black Mirror. It's unfair, and if there has ever been a class that deserves the joy, excitement, and deep bonding that comes with being a senior, it is you. But here's the thing. As much as I believe in free will, I am now a believer of fate. You were destined to graduate in such a unique time because you are truly a unique class. You've proven it over and over again. For example, who else but our own Kevin Bay can deliver an IOC
on Zora Neale Hurston just as rapturously as he can deliver the lyrics of the real Slim Shady. Who else can awaken the spirit of evocation with poems of lucid dreams, human rights, and confessions of love for bubble tea but the poets of the class of 2020? And who else but Matthias Bellete can come close to convincing an English teacher that the rapper Juice WRLD is almost on the same level of literary merit as the wonderful poet Lorna Goodison? And then there are those of you who are the embodiments of goodness in your service learning group, but in class you can play the role of Shakespeare's most villainous villain a little too well. Just look at the talent we have in this class. Ji-yoon has the gift of dance, Charlie the gift of football, Shin Young the gift of oration and debate, Lenny has the gift to make anyone smile, Lynn and Josh have the gift of music, and Dow the gift of jazzercise. I could go on, but on a serious note, one of the reasons the year of your graduation was destined to fall on the year of a global crisis is because the world wanted you to learn the lesson of perspective. It wanted you to look into a mud puddle and see oceans and ships. And that's exactly what you did this year. You found reasons to laugh on Google Hangouts. You reconnected with family members at home through board games or just by being present. You opened up Veracross and found opportunities for learning, all during a time when physical interaction was lacking. A deficit in anything usually leads to hunger, which in turn compels us to search for ways to satiate it. Most likely, the lack of physical interaction left you with a craving for human interaction. But you, being the innovators you are, found creative ways to connect. So here is my first piece of advice to you. Hold on tenaciously to this renewed appreciation of connection and community. We now know that our world is not stable. It is capricious and can change in a second. It is other human beings who will get us through difficult times. But in addition to the lesson of perspective, the universe chose you to be the graduating class during the year of a global pandemic because it wants to awaken your sense of awareness. It wants you to take stock in life so you can know where to eventually fill the gaps where there is need. The world spins so fast that we sometimes lose focus. Other people's stories move past us so quickly that all we can see are the trailing black lines indicating movement, like in comic strips. With the eventual slowing down and pausing of activity, we'll finally be allowed to focus on what previously passed us by or got lost in the global malaise. Glaring at us like never before is the ugliness of economic disparity, systemic racism, the lack of basic health care, and the cruel treatment to immigrants and their families. There is no doubt that our world is hurting, but I also think that with the slowing down, there is an opportunity for us to reset it so it can heal. It is reductive and tiring to hear over and over again old people admonishing young people to fix the mistakes that they themselves made. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to ask you to call on that hunger I mentioned earlier so that you can understand the hunger of others. Be impatient when it comes to doing what is right. Don't wait for your current leaders to lead. With your renewed sense of community, you now know that leading is better when it is done together. As Rebecca Solnit, a writer I admire, describes in one of her books, disaster often liberates solidarity. We have already seen the eruptions of solidarity and compassion during this crisis. I will always remember waking up and reading the story of Italian people singing to each other from their balconies across empty squares to comfort those who were alone in their homes. In his essay, The Coronation, Charles Eisenstein provides a short list of the internal acts of compassion during the COVID-19 crisis. Some of these include corporations giving unexpected wage hikes, Canadians starting kindness mongering, a 6-year-old in Australia adorably gifting her tooth fairy money, an 8th grader in Japan making 612 masks, and college kids everywhere buying groceries for elders. He concludes, imagine Sometimes a crisis mirrors our deepest impulse, that we can always respond with compassion. It doesn't matter whether you're going into nursing like Hyorim, or finance like Johnny, law like you, Jen, or media like Hannah. There is always an opportunity to respond with compassion and to fill the gap where there is need. We can already see the brightness of an improved world coming through the cracks of separation. And I truly believe that there is no better class to usher in the shimmering new world, whole and enhanced by kindness, than you. Not only have you demonstrated your resilience, but you have also proven yourself to be strong, brave, and innovative. It's true that this speech is just part of the pomp and circumstance of occasion. You will probably not remember it years from now, maybe not even tomorrow. I certainly do not remember the speeches at my graduation, including the one I delivered. But I hope you are left with an impression that takes the form of a restlessness and the nagging sensation that the status quo is not okay. From what I know of you, you are the class that will not allow the world to return to normal when this is all over, because normal does not serve those who are marginalized and disenfranchised. Normal was not enough for our planet and her polluted oceans and burning forests. We'll get this world spinning again, and this time it will spin to the tune of your violins and acoustic guitars, the voices that once brought me to tears in this theater, the lingering cheers from the football pitch, and yes, even to the tune of the gypsy schoolgirls. And when you are old and gray and combing the road dust out of your hair, you'll think of the people and communities that you have journeyed with to make this world better. You might even think of the people you have been, notice the plural, as the stories of others and the events throughout time will certainly change and shape you. It's important to love all of those selves, just as your teachers, your parents love who you are today. The you who is now a UNIS Hanoi graduate of the class of 2020. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. LeVay. And now, before we award the diplomas, a chance to enjoy the unique characters of our graduating class with this short film made through the collaboration of each home base to celebrate this extraordinary group.
A film to celebrate our graduating class is new this year, an idea conceived during lockdown and given life by our grade 12s as the start of a new tradition. Enjoy.
And now we will move to the awarding of the diplomas, in which the home-based mentors will introduce our graduates as they receive their high school diplomas.
Our grade 12 mentors are Miss Sarah Thorley, Mr. Joseph Christie, Mr. Russell Fleming, Miss Kristen Toynan Perkins, Mr. Neil Fairburn, Mr. Jackson Garland, Mr. Colin Campbell, and Miss Jennifer Louvet.
Please welcome to the stage our head of school, Ms. Jane McGee, the chair of the UNIS Boards of Directors, Dr. Ami Pollack, and our acting high school principal, Ms. Glenda Baker, for the awarding of diplomas.
Ms. McGee, Dr. Ami Pollack, and the UNIS Hanoi Board of Directors, I do hereby certify that the students of the class of 2020 have successfully completed all the requirements of the UNIS curriculum program and are thus eligible to receive this diploma recognising their completion of high school.
Will my mentees please stand up? Pooja Banglawala. Pooja will be attending Western University to study life sciences. Nokha Chang. Nokha will be attending Northeastern University to study economics and business administration. Emma Dufour Nogueira. Emma will be attending the University of British Columbia to study film production. Yu Hang Huang. Yu Hyung is planning to take a gap year and plans to attend university in the Netherlands the following year. Sabin Kim. Sabin plans to attend university in the United States of America and has yet to decide on a major. Today, I will be accepting Sabin's diploma on his behalf. Yu Chang Ko. Yu Chang will be attending New York University to study economics. Ming Tian Mai. Ming Tian will be attending the University of Toronto to study international relations. Han Bei So. Holly is planning on attending the University of St Andrews in the United Kingdom to study astrophysics. Charles Wood. Charlie plans to attend Monash University to study physiotherapy. Kevin Zhao. Kevin plans to attend the University of Central Florida and has yet to decide on a major.
Will my mentees please stand up? Gabriela Chavez Flowers. Gabby will be attending university in Australia and has yet to declare her major. Ji Sok Han. Zisiak plans to attend the University of Hong Kong to study business administration. Hei Young Jung. Isabella will be attending the University of Durham University in the UK to study English literature, and I will be accepting Isabella's diploma on her behalf. Young Hoon Kwan. Hooni is planning to attend the University of Hong Kong to study global creative industry. Kiri Mura. Kiri plans to attend either University of York or King's College London to study international relations. Ishmael Makrani Pedreas. Ish will be attending the Met Film School in the UK to study film and television. Hawaii Kome Nguyen. Kome will be attending university in Australia to study business administration.
Will my mentees please stand? Kwa Bui. Kwa will be attending Northeastern University to study entrepreneurship. Flora Hamilton. Flora will either attend the University of Leeds or the University of Edinburgh to study accounting and finance. Ferdin Amanley. Ferdin is planning to attend KU Leuven in Brussels, Belgium to study business administration. Ji-yoon Kang. Ji-yoon will be attending university in Korea to study biology. Ji-won Lee. Ji-won plans to attend a university in Korea to study engineering. Ming Nguyen. Ming is planning to attend university in Australia to study journalism. Ginny Shin. Yeah, you clap. Ginny will be attending Seoul National University to study the sciences. I will be receiving Ginny's diploma on her behalf. Taku Shira. Taku will be attending the University of Stirling to study psychology and sports studies. Shay Richard Smith. Shay plans to attend the Colorado School of Mines to study computer science.
Will my mentees please stand? Jeonyun Bae. Kevin plans to attend KAIST, but he will be weighing his options, but will study the sciences. Tiffany Cheng. Tiffany will be attending university in Singapore to study accounting. Kevin Davis. Kevin is undecided, but is planning ahead with his current option to study electrical and computer engineering. Min Fong Do. Fong will be attending Fordham University to study global business. Bohemond Iskandar. Bohemond will be attending the Benningham University of Paris to study artistic direction. Parnika Mathur. Parnika will be attending the University of Amsterdam to study media and communication. Li Hui Yip. Li Hui plans to attend the Singapore Management University to study business management. Hyorim Yu. Hyorim will be attending the Seoul National University to study nursing. Suk-hee Yoon. John will be attending the University of California, Berkeley to study environmental economics and policies.
Will my mentees please stand? Matthias Bialetti. Matthias will be attending Northeastern University to study business administration and economics. Anushka Biswas. Anushka plans to attend McGill University to study material engineering. Zui Huang. Zui will be attending university in either Australia or Singapore to study hospitality. Tuan Ming Huang. Tuan Ming is planning to attend University of Sydney while holding his offers in the US to study architecture. Kartikeyan Kumar. Kartik will be attending University of Calgary in Canada to study chemical engineering. Do Yun Kwan. Alex will be attending HKUST or a university in Korea to study computer science or statistics. Chiang Mai. Ching will be attending the University of Melbourne in Australia to study psychology and then pursue a master's of teaching. Viet Ha Nguyen. Ha plans to stay and study in Vietnam and study either psychology or education. To Zhang Pham. Zhang will be taking a gap year as a mean to explore her passions and learn various new skills before applying for university to study nursing or biology. Hyun Biseo. Hannah is planning to attend the National University of Singapore to study architecture.
Will my mentees please stand? Eugene Cho. Eugene will be attending King's College London to study law. John Krubner. John Krubner will be attending KU Leuven in Belgium to study business administration. Jay Chan Lee. Jay Chan will be attending Seoul National University to study business administration. Heymin Lim. Heymin will attend university in the United States to study criminal justice and psychology. Miguel Moro de Mendoza. Miguel will be attending IE Business School in Spain to study a dual degree in business administration and international relations. Long Nguyen. Long will be attending Bentley University to study business marketing. Purna Patwal. Purna will be attending university in India to study the sciences. Sean Rusinow. Sean will be taking a gap year before attending the University of Edinburgh to study sociology and geography. Sophie Marie Schroeder. Sophie will be attending university in Germany to study law. Malik Sai. Malik will be attending Marist College in New York to study biomedical sciences.
Will my mentees please stand up? Nguyen Dao. Dao will be attending university in Australia to study mechanical engineering. Alexander Getchman. Alexander plans to attend university in Germany to study electrical engineering and robotics. Shin Young Kim. Shin Young will be attending the University of Toronto to study a double major in political science, criminology, and socio-legal studies. Min Hyung. Min Hyung will attend Seoul National University to study pre-veterinary medicine. Menglin Lua. Lynn plans to attend Durham University in the UK to study a combined degree of archaeology, music, and geography. Annie Nguyen. Annie will be attending Fordham University to study global business. Yuto Toyoshima. Yuto will be attending Sophia University in Tokyo to study international relations. Mi Ang Cheung. Mi Yang will be taking half a gap year and then will be attending Berklee College of Music in the spring semester to study music production and engineering. Tang Hai Vu. Hai will be taking a gap year to explore his interest in the world of business. Su Bin Yang. Su Bin is undecided at the moment, but is carefully weighing her options, which may include attending university in Korea. I am accepting Su Bin's diploma on her behalf.
Will my mentees please stand? Richard Dang. Richard plans to attend the University of Sydney to study commerce. Leonard El Haj. Lenny will be taking a gap year and then will pursue a career in basketball. Anissa Hadi. Anissa will be attending university in Indonesia to study international business. Sung-eun Kim. Sung-eun will be attending university in South Korea to study biology. I will be accepting her diploma on her behalf. Mayu Mori. Mayu will be attending university in Japan and will be studying international relations. Mingquan Nifyes. Mingquan will be attending the University of Amsterdam to study psychology. Chung Johnny Nya. Johnny plans to attend either Cass Business School or University of Edinburgh to study finance. Joshua Scott. Joshua will be attending the University of Hoge School Utrecht to study creative business. Bailey Shelley. Bailey will be attending Whitworth University in Spokane, Washington to study theater education with a minor in French. Da Hyun Yu. Da will be attending the university in Hong Kong to study international business and global management.
And now, the new graduates will participate in an annual UNIS Hanoi tradition, the Vietnamese bamboo dance.
The tradition in which each graduate must dance through the bamboo sticks of the grade 11 Vietnamese class. The bamboo dance has been something of a rite of passage for all graduates.
Graduates, please join us on stage for your bamboo dance, led by Miss Dolly's home base.
And to close today's celebrations, Ms. Baker will formally present the new graduates. Following the recessional, we would like to invite you all to join the graduates in the foyer for the recessional.
Please wait for all graduates to exit before meeting them in the reception area. Thank you for joining us today to honor the graduates on this special occasion.
And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, we would like again to call upon Ms. Glenda Baker to present the class of 2020.
Would the class of 2020 please stand up? Ladies and gentlemen, it is with pride and great pleasure that I introduce the graduates of the class of 2020.